Hey folks, how y'all doing? Appreciate y'all jumping on here to check this video out. Today we're going to go over reline the rod and reel. We're going to talk about some of the things that I use to reline rod and reel, some of the things that makes them a little bit easier. We're going to talk about different types of lines you can have. For me, I like this 40-pound line from Berkeley. It seems to work best for everything I've done. We're going to talk about tying a leader on. We're also going to talk about how I use these knot protectors and also these slip sinkers right here. That actually carries your weight on your line up and down, and it's made out of plastic on the end. That way it won't hurt your line. But anyways, appreciate y'all jumping on here. Check this out. It's not going to be a real long video, but hopefully it'll be informative. You'll get something out of it. And here we go. All right, folks. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and start feeding your fishing line down through all the eyes of your rod. Make sure you don't skip none. That way you ain't having to retie it while you're out on the water. So anyways, go ahead and start getting these all down through here. Make sure you don't skip none. You know, also while you're doing this, it's a good time to be checking out the eyes of your rod. Make sure there ain't none broke, about to come off. So you're going to go ahead and work these all down through here. You're going to go ahead and you're going to get this line all the way back to your reel right here. And this is when we're going to go over what your fisherman's knot is and the way I tie it on. So once I get my fishing line all the way down through every eye on the reel, I want to take my fishing line and want to shove it through the follower. This follower right here, that's what makes this reel a level wind. That way it winds the line level all the way across that spool. Some of them you see they don't have this, especially some of the bigger reels. You know, maybe your 2500 series. But anyway, so here we go. I'm going to take that fishing line, shove it down below the spool right there. And I want to grab that with my finger, the end of it, if I can, and push that thing up through the back. Now this can be a little tricky. It may take you a few times, but you see right there, that fishing line's going down underneath that spool. So then I take my finger, come in from the other side of the reel, and I'll push that line up right there. That way I can have it. You notice how that's going under? So I got both ends now. Now I'm going to go tie a fisherman's knot. Okay? So the first thing we want to do right here, I want to wrap this fishing line around itself at least 7 times. So right there you see how it's wrapped around, and you see that loop right there, it goes underneath the spool. So that right there, that's the beginning of it, got 7 loops around. Next thing we want to do, I want to take the end of this fishing line that I just wrapped around that line right there. I want to take and I want to go through that loop that I made underneath the spool. Then I want to take that tail that I just went through that loop and I want to go back through the loop that I just made. Okay, so you see that? Now I want to take and cinch every bit of that down right on top of that spool as tight as I can. Okay, pull both ends. You'll see right there. See how that's kind of pulled down real tight against that? Now take and pull that tail too, okay? Just get absolutely as tight as you can. So that right there is your fisherman's knot, and that's what's going to hold your line to the spool of the reel. Next thing I do, I come in here and I cut that tail off about a 1/4 inch off that fisherman's knot. Try to at least. Boom, there we go. So that's done. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to start reeling this up and get this spool filled up with line. So we're about to start reeling this line up on here. We're going to fill this reel up till it's nearly this brace right here. That way the reel is completely full, and whenever we're out dragging boards during the summer when there ain't no current, we need as much line as possible. So I want to absolutely fill this thing up just to the edge. Go ahead and start that. You can kind of see how it starts leveling it, winding it pretty level across it right here. So we're going to get this done, and Next time you see this reel, it's going to be completely full of line. I'm going to show y'all how I tie on my leaders. So now that we got our reel filled up with fishing line, we're going to come down here and we're going to take and put our knot savers on. I usually do two. I do one on each side of my sinker slider. I feel like that just kind of helps it when I cast out. That way that weight don't get so far away from my bait. So anyways, go ahead and put on your knot saver, sinker slider, and another knot saver. Keeps your knot from getting damaged. That's kind of what that'll look like. Don't know if you can see it real good. Got that on there. Next thing I do is come on here, put my leader on. You seen me put in the other videos how I put the leaders in the Ziploc bags. Keep them from getting knotted up while they're in the tackle box. There you go, pull that out. Throw that to the side and come over here. Next thing you're going to do is just tie your leader on with the Palomar knot. So y'all can do this. Y'all know how, y'all seen it. I'm sure y'all are experts by now. Go ahead and tie that on. Pull your loop back through. You know how to do it. It won't take you but a second. You've been doing it forever. Get that on there. Pull your hook through your loop. And go ahead and start cinching everything down. Remember, moisten that thing up before you pull it tight. That way you don't gouge your line up. So that right there is that's that. Go ahead and cut your tail off, you know, leave about 3/8 of an inch in case it pulls in it. And boom, there you go. That's how I tie up my leaders on my fishing line. Got my new line on the reel, rod and reel. So now we're ready to go fishing this weekend. Again, appreciate y'all tuning in. I know a lot of y'all probably know how to do this already. But anyways, appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time.